Hey everybody, Brian Troe coming to you from Mossy Creek Fly Fishing with your fly fishing forecast. The date for today is Monday, the 22nd of January. So we had probably one of the coldest weeks in a couple of years this past week. For those of you who headed out, lakes and ponds, not just up in the mountains, but here on the valley floor, all frozen and snow covered, thick with really thick ice. We had nights last week below zero, several nights. Saturday night, it was 4 degrees. I live out on Mossy Creek, and it was 4 degrees Saturday morning. It was 4 degrees this morning. So we've had a lot of single digits, and we really haven't gotten above freezing since last weekend. So fishing conditions have been challenging, to say the least. But things are about to change in a big way. And for those of you who lived in Virginia and follow the weather a little bit like we do as fishing guides, you know that you can have single digits one week and it can be followed by 60-degree heat the next, and that's exactly what I think we're going to get. So today and tomorrow are going to be fairly seasonable, and then we've got rain Wednesday, rain Thursday, 50 degrees. Friday, they said it could hit 60 and be sunny. Next weekend, we're looking at maybe a chance of rain again and 50s, and then probably cooling off after that. We'll see. I haven't looked too much past the weekend. So anyway, so the good news is for those of you who don't like the cold, it's going to be warming up quite a bit over the next few days. We're also going to get more rain on top of snowpack. So we've got anywhere from 2-3 inches here in the valley floor to well over a half a foot, depending on where you are. Even higher amounts up in the mountains. So a warm rain on a snowpack usually leads to stream flooding around here. So if you are looking to get out and fish, it looks like tomorrow might be one of the best days. You're going to be like 48 degrees, overcast conditions right ahead of a front. That could be quite good. But a couple things to remember out there, all right? I know I say this every year, but for those of you who don't remember, I want to reiterate this. These spring creeks that we're always talking about, having 55-degree water, and that's where you want to go because they're much warmer and milder. Same with tailwaters. The coldest temperatures that we'll experience on those creeks, so Mossy Creek, for instance, it's going to be plummeting. The water temps will be plummeting tomorrow, and the reason is because we've got snowpack, and all the snowpack's going to melt all at once. And even though you've got these nice warm springs here, there, everywhere, feeding in 55-degree water, those will be overwhelmed by the snow melt. So you're going to have 32-degree melt water coming into the whole creek. That's going to be the case for all of our streams. All of our streams are going to have really cold water this week. So just be mindful that if you get out there and it's 58 degrees, 60-degree air temp, and you're feeling comfortable, the fish aren't, okay? And that's gonna slow some of these fish down even more. So you're talking about water temperature drops on some of the streams where they're just not used to 32-degree water. You're talking about probably colored water and high water. So challenging week to say the least. Call the shop for up-to-the-minute information. Things should be kind of calming down through the weekend. It looks like we're gonna have runoff for several days. And just like every other high water event, the smaller streams up high will be the first ones to flood, but they'll be the first ones to push out. And we'll be left with really high water probably next weekend on our larger streams. North River, South River, Middle River, Shenandoah, James River, those will all be really up and big. And be careful out there because the ice is thick and people have been walking out on the ice on these lakes and ponds everywhere. And it's just going to start to really weaken starting tomorrow. So don't venture out on that ice. A lot of our bigger rivers and our creeks and streams have bank ice. The South Fork of the Shenandoah didn't ice across, but it's got a lot of ice on the edges, and that should be pushing off and melting up too this week. So certainly it's January. We have thaws all the time. It's going to feel like spring a couple days this week, which will be nice. Friday should be beautiful, 60 degrees and sunny. It's going to feel like a tropical day. But there's a lot of winter left to come. So be prepared. We've got a lot of great stuff in the shop here. Squally gear to keep you warm. The merino wool, the thermos, 360 thermos have been doing really well. So stop by, check that out, or check us out online if you're interested in some nice warm weather clothes. Speaking of warm weather, we got a group, lucky group of 7 from the shop here that are in the Amazon this week. So Colby's hosting a trip down there. There's gonna be a lot of information to come. We've had a lot of inquiries about that. Every year we host trips to Manitoba, northern Manitoba, Belize, the Bahamas. Now we're gonna be running these trips to the Amazon every winter. So if anybody's interested in travel, just contact the shop, email us, reach out. Colby and Nick are the point of contacts for that. So wish I had more good news on the fishing this week. It'll be limited. You should be able to fish this afternoon. You should be able to fish tomorrow, and then things are going to take a pretty nasty turn. May come to you at the end of the week with an update, just so folks know kind of whether they can even get out this weekend or not. You can almost always find a place or two to go, but things are going to get pretty dirty and pretty high pretty fast. So good news, we had a huge shipment of flies come in from Umpqua this week, and after a long fall with low clear conditions, we got a lot of heavy streamers, tungsten jig nymphs, big nymphs, heavy weighted stuff back in. So that'll be here for when everything starts to calm down a little bit. And then we have look for massive fly tying reorders coming in this week. We've really had a lot of tying going on. People from all over the United States have been ordering from us with this cold weather and snowy weather, and so we're replenishing a little bit in anticipation of the next round of tough weather. So anyway, give us a call, stop by the shop and see us. We have a lot of great sales and things going on this week. Look for some promos maybe later on this week, and give us a call if you want to get out there on the water and fish and you're worried about the runoff and the snow melt and all that nasty stuff. So, all right, until next time, I will see you next week. Thanks.